This is a video tutorial demonstrating how to solve exercise number 27 in Chapter 5. This question is presented in parts A, B, and C, and they all refer to a table given which outlines a series of possible events. The first event has three possibilities represented by A1, A2, A3. Second event is B1 and B2. First part of the question asks us to determine the probability of A1, and this is solved. It's just a straightforward standard empirical probability where we would look down the A1 column and determine that there's possible 3 outcomes in A1, and so we would take that and divide it by the total possible outcomes, and so 3 divided by 10 is 3/10. Second part of the question, part B, is a conditional probability, and it is the probability of event B1 happening conditional on the fact that event A2 has already happened. So what we would do here is we would go to the column for A2 event and see that in that column there are a total of 3 possibilities. Okay, and then if we look across in row B1, we can find that B1 has a possibility of happening, one time, right, in the A2 column. So overall, the conditional probability is going to be 1 out of 3, 1 divided by 3, or 33%. The third part of this question, part C, is going to make use of the general rule of multiplication, and there's a real good example of this outlined on page 157 of the textbook. And what we're going to do here is this is asking for the probability of both B2 and A3 occurring, and this is going to be a multiplication situation, and notice that I've kind of rephrased it, so it's going to be probability of B2 times probability of A3 conditional on B2. Alright, so B2 has to happen and then A3 has to happen. Okay, and so first we're going to figure out the probability of B2, and we can look across the row, B2 row, for that, and there are a total of 4 possibilities for something to be B2 out of a total of 10 possible outcomes. So that probability works out to 4/10. The next situation, or the next part of the question, says what's the probability of A3 occurring conditional on B2 having occurred, and in that case we are going to look down A3, right, until we come across the intersection with B2, and we'll find that there is one possible outcome out of 4 possible A3 outcomes, and so that's going to be 1/4. And so now we're going to multiply both of those probabilities. So we're going to multiply the 0.4 from the first part of the equation, and then times the 0.25 times in the second part, and that'll give us an overall probability of 1/10. So this concludes the video solution for exercise 27 in chapter 5.